it's me, Pedro. Welcome back to my channel, and let me just start off by saying that I do apologize for the long absence. I've been busy with working a lot of overtime at my job and just been trying to balance a couple of things here and there, but finally I got some time that's opened up for me, and I'm able to start making some videos again for you guys. And today I wanted to share with you guys a simple exercise that you can do when you're practicing your Eskrima. You can do it with a stick, with a knife, and empty hand. This is going to be a thrust to the eye line with a follow-up redondo strike. You can do it from both sides, right? Forehand side, backhand side, and you can use it again as a warm-up, as a little drill. You can also use it as in sparring. You can use it as a sort of a distraction attack to the face, maybe to get their guard up and then follow up with a redondo. So you can use it for multiple reasons, and it looks a little something like this. So we're going to start off with the stick, and so just in a neutral stance, right? Just both, feet shoulder width apart, center line forward. I take my stick, right? I'm going to do a thrust to the face here, to the eyes. Now, it doesn't really make too much sense to thrust with a stick. This is really more of a motion that comes from the sword, but just for training purposes, we're using the stick. I mean, if you're going to thrust somebody with a stick, you probably do it, use both hands, get a power thrust. I mean, you can do this, but it's probably not the best attack. But anyways, so we're going to do a thrust to the eye line. It's kind of like a hooking thrust, it's not a straight thrust. It's going to hook, right? So here, once I get past the center line, I start bringing it around. And I like to bring it here over the left shoulder, right? The opposite shoulder. And you notice that I'm in position to do a redondo strike from here. Some people call that a vertical whip. In the Filipino martial arts, we call it a redondo strike. Redondo meaning round in Spanish. And you notice when you do your redondo, you end up in the same position. Now from here, you can again change the angle here, and then you're going to go for a backhand thrust, eye level, same thing. When you get to the center line, right here, you make contact, and I start hooking it around. Now once it's here, again, I'm in position for this forehand redondo strike. So once again, it looks like this: hook thrust, redondo, hook thrust, redondo, right? And rinse and repeat. Hook, redondo, hook, redondo. Now, this doesn't only pertain to the stick. You can also do this with the knife. Put the stick down for a second. Right, so when you go to the knife, it's the same motion, right? So again, obviously thrusting with a knife makes a whole lot more sense. So again, I start my motion here from this, like what some people call a San Miguel angle, right? Like this, a lot of systems call this an angle 6 thrust. So from this motion here, again, I'm doing my hooking thrust, eye line level. Maybe I go above to the brow, maybe try to get a cut here, get some blood flowing down into the eyes, obstruct their vision, right? So you hook thrust, and again, once I go past the center line, I chamber here, there's my redondo, and then I come back up. Now when I come after my redondo with the knife, it's easier to kind of get this angle, right, the point pointing at the enemy. So once I'm here, again, here's my backhand thrust, boom, here to the face level, follow through, redondo, right, and you rinse and repeat, right, boom, 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 boom. Now, be careful. You always want to use a training. I mean, this is a live blade, but you always want to use a training knife, right? Like when you're doing this and you're first learning this, don't do this. Don't like stab yourself or nothing like that. So again, control, go slow, boom, redondo, right? I come through here, right? Like maybe somebody's throwing like an angle 1 slash, and you do your gunting, right? Boom, there's your angle right there. There's my thrust, boom, follow up redondo thrust. But for now, just like I said, hooking thrust, redondo. Hooking thrust, redondo. And lastly, let's look at it from an empty hand perspective. My interpretation of this sort of motion here, right? I would look at it like this. So if, let's say somebody has their guard up here, right? Like just a regular boxing guard, you can, with whatever hand, your lead hand or what have you, let's say I'm in a southpaw stance, with my lead hand, I could check their lead hand or even parry down like a Pak motion to clear that barrier, right? To move their hand down and expose their face here. And so that'd be kind of like my hooking motion, right? Boom here, and then from there I'm going to do like a back fist, right? To the bridge of the nose or the temple, right? So I can take it here, boom, there's my motion there. You know, it's somewhat similar, 'cause I mean, you're not gonna attack somebody like this in real life, you know what I mean? It's breaking fingers, you know, it's an awkward motion, but my interpretation would be here and here, right? Both sides here, boom, there and there. Another interpretation too could be off of like a jab or maybe a cross, right? So you're here, you're in your stance, boom, you parry the punch, right? You parry, and then some people like Andre Ward, the boxer, was really good at this. He would parry the punch and then throw the jab, fire the jab off of that parry. You could do that, or to just in keeping with this drill, once that punch comes, boom, and I parry, again, this hand's already here, boom, for that quick little back fist. That's just an empty hand possibility for this motion. So once again, from the top, I'm gonna grab my stick, right, with our stick, our baston, right, so thrust, redondo, thrust, redondo, right, so just back and forth, and later on, I mean, you know, you can start adding some like advancing footwork, right, boom, boom, same thing, switch weapons, right, you go to the knife, la daga, same thing, boom, here, boom, there, boom, boom, it's there. And last but not least, a good old fisticuffs, right, just from here, right, you know, maybe I do a double pop, right, boom, there, boom, there's my back fist, right, there's my parry, boom, back fist, right, you know, maybe I clear the barrier, boom, boom, back fist. Try this out, guys. Sorry again for the long absence, and stay tuned for more stuff. Thank you very much, guys. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving, and happy training.